Okay, today we are going to change a tire. Pretty simple process. I'm going to walk you through it before I start. First, you're going to set the emergency brake / parking brake. If you can't do that, like it's broken or something, block the wheels. Second thing you're going to do is you're going to break the lug nuts loose. So you take it, twist each one, make sure they're all broken loose. In case you're curious why this is easy, I already did it. You can break those loose. After they're broke loose, you are going to find a solid spot to jack your car / truck up, something metal. A lot of times I'll place them underneath the stock, struts, axle, something like that. Just somewhere that it's nice and solid so you don't punch something through. Once you got that, you're going to jack it up as so. Once the tires are a little off the ground, you're good. You don't have to jack up any further. Come back, take the lug nuts off. Set them somewhere you're not going to kick them, because that's what I always do. Lift up, take the tire off, get it out of the way. Get your other tire. Get that other tire, put it back up onto the hub, hand tighten your lug nuts. And you're gonna press in near the other lug nut and where you want to tighten it at. That way you can get to it kind of tight. See how I'm pressing in on this close, kind of in line with that lug nut. That way it gets seated well. I don't have to try to put too much torque on it. Just make sure it's all nice and set. So once you do that, you are going to lower the jack. So you're going to lower the jack slowly. Oops. You know, way slower than that, obviously. And boom. Now you are going to tighten the lug nuts. You can do this in a star pattern. What that means is you're going to be tightening, say, this one, then 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 do it back again. And once that's all done, it should be nice and flat against the hub. The rim should be nice and flat against the hub. And then, you know, maybe about a couple 100 miles or so later, go ahead and recheck. Recheck those lug nuts, make sure they're still all nice and tight. That way they don't come loose. That is how you change a tire. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll get to them. Okay, there's some key points that you're going to want to know before you change your tires. First, make sure you are in a safe location. You're by the highway. You don't want to get hit by a semi-truck or some inconsiderate motorist that's not getting by. I'll make sure it's a nice flat level surface because you don't want your vehicle to fall off the jack, hurt you. Before you jack it up, you're going to want to loosen all of the lug nuts, break them loose, because you don't want to try to be applying that circular torque while the vehicle is on the jack. As far as jacking up the vehicle, consult your owner's manual. It will tell you the safe places to place your jack. That's very important because if you get a bad spot that's not load bearing, you just push a hole through the floor, something like that. You really don't want to do that. There are also different size lug nuts. So if you have one of the cross lug nut wrenches, they're going to have 4 different sizes sockets on it. You want to make sure you get the right one. There's going to be a couple that are going to be close. You don't want to turn and break off the corners of the lug nuts where then you can't take it on or off ever. So all in all, be safe. Once you get the tire off and back on, hand tighten the lug nuts while it's still on the jack. You can try to push in line and turn with one hand push, other hand turn, push and turn to try to get that wheel seated up there on the hub nice and flat, but just hand tight. Then you're going to lower the vehicle down, and then that's when you're going to take your lug nut wrench and put the proper amount of torque in a star pattern. The reason for the star pattern, again, is to make sure that wheel is nice and flat. Then also, after you're all said and done, you're going to want to make sure it's tight after 50, 100 miles or so, because they sometimes come loose. I hope you enjoy this video. If you keep on going on, I'll show you how I'll have a demonstration.